Most people ignore transaction processing systems, or TPS, because they sound boring. That's a mistake. TPS is one of the most important types of information systems because it handles the daily transactions that keep a business alive. A transaction is any routine business activity that needs to be recorded. A sale, payment, refund, booking, order, salary payment, bank transfer, stock update, or delivery confirmation. All of these are transactions. So a transaction processing system is the system that records, processes, stores, and updates these daily activities. Think about a supermarket. When a cashier scans a product, the TPS records the item, calculates the price, applies any discount, processes the payment, prints the receipt, updates inventory, and stores the sale in the database. To the customer, it looks like a simple checkout. But behind the scenes, the system is updating multiple parts of the business in seconds. The same thing happens in restaurants. When a customer places an order through a POS or QR system, the order goes to the kitchen, the bill is created, payment is recorded, stock may be reduced, and the final transaction becomes part of the daily sales report. That is TPS working quietly in the background. In banks, TPS is even more critical. Every deposit, withdrawal, transfer, card payment, ATM transaction, and online banking activity depends on transaction processing. If the system records even one wrong amount, trust is damaged instantly. This is why TPS must be fast, accurate, reliable, and secure. Fast, because customers do not want to wait. Accurate, because every transaction affects money, stock, or records. Reliable, because the system cannot keep failing during daily operations. Secure, because transactions often involve personal data, payments, and sensitive business information. But here is the important point. TPS does not usually make strategic decisions. Its job is to capture what happened. A customer bought this product, a payment was received, a seat was booked, stock was reduced, a salary was paid, a delivery was completed. That may sound basic, but without this foundation, every other information system becomes weak. Why? Because management information systems, business intelligence dashboards, ERP systems, CRM systems, and AI models all depend on transaction data. If the TPS records wrong data, the manager sees wrong reports. If transactions are missing, inventory becomes inaccurate. If payments are duplicated, finance becomes messy. If customer purchases are not tracked, CRM becomes useless. If daily data is poor, AI predictions become unreliable. So TPS is not just a simple operational system. It is the data foundation of the whole business. There are two common ways TPS can work. The first is batch processing. This means transactions are collected over time and processed together later. For example, payroll may be processed at the end of the month, or bank settlements may be processed in batches. The second is real-time processing. This means the transaction is processed immediately. For example, when you buy something online, book a flight, transfer money, or order food through an app, the system updates instantly. Modern businesses mostly depend on real-time transaction processing because customers expect instant confirmation. But real-time systems are harder to manage. They need strong networks, accurate databases, backups, security, and failure protection. Because if a payment succeeds but the order fails, that creates a problem. If stock updates late, a company may sell products it does not have. If a booking system delays updates, two people may book the same seat. If a bank system crashes, customers lose trust immediately. That is why TPS is not just about recording transactions. It is about protecting the basic truth of the business. What was sold, what was paid, what is available, who did what? When did it happen? Every serious business needs answers to these questions. At the Learning Studio, the goal is simple: to understand TPS as the foundation of modern business operations. Because before a company can analyze data, predict trends, or use AI, it must first record daily reality correctly. And that is exactly what transaction processing systems do.